Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time of the day you're watching this broadcast, this is Dr. Eric Tangumonkem with IEM Approach, where we inspire, equip, and motivate people to discover God's great potential in them, develop that potential, and deploy it. We are going to be talking about a very sensitive topic today. However, it is a very critical one. And I will appreciate if you can invite your friends, invite other people to join us. We're going to be talking about watching what you eat. Watching what you eat. It's a sensitive yet critical subject we must address. I want to thank you so much for joining us. Please share this broadcast. Invite other people to join us so we can have a conversation that is going to help us win big. I'm excited about this topic because I've experienced firsthand what it means to take ownership of what you eat, how you eat, and why you eat. If you are listening through the IEM Approach podcast, I want to thank you for joining us, and I encourage you to share it with other people. If you have a question, if you need one-on-one coaching, and you want to get hold of us, the number is 214-908-3963. 214-908-3963. And the email is eternalkingdom101@gmail.com. eternalkingdom101@gmail.com. Today we're going to be looking at the 21st strategy. We've seen 20 different strategies that will position you as an immigrant to excel, to do well in the United States or any other country that you may find yourself. Today I'm going to be talking about food. I'm going to be talking about watching what you eat. This does not only apply to the immigrants, it applies to everybody. We all have to watch what we eat. However, I want to be very specific to the immigrants because most of us immigrants are coming from out of the country. I will never forget the first time I came to the United States and I ate my first hamburger bun. When I ate it, I could feel the weight of the meat in my tummy. It was later on that I realized that I was feeling that heavy in my stomach because of the large quantity of meat that I ate. You might have been raised in a country where meat was scarce, and out of a sudden, you find yourself in the United States where there's abundant animal products, chicken, meat, you name it. And now you've decided to indulge without thinking. You might have been raised in a country where those that are fat and plump are considered to be doing well, considered to be wealthy. They command a lot of respect. And you are thinking that being fat and plump is a sign of wealth and prosperity. You have to change your thinking about these things. Why are we talking about why you have to watch what you eat? It's because there is a basic formula that most people seem to be having a hard time solving. This basic equation. The equation is this: weight gain equals calories eaten minus calories used. Let me give you the equation again. Weight gain equals calories eaten minus calories used. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a medical doctor. I don't want to get into the nitty-gritties of all the arguments about calories and diet and all that. I'm just going to say some basic things that I've seen in my own life and those around me. There's some common sense. And I want you to listen and listen very carefully. Don't get distracted, especially those of you who have moved from other cultures into the United States. You know very well what you used to eat. I'm talking about the food that is being served in this country. The Centers for Disease Control estimates that more than 35% of the adults in the United States suffer from obesity. 36%, 36.5% suffer from obesity. And in 2008, it cost about $1.4 billion to handle health issues related to obesity. And people who are obese spend more than almost about $1,500 more on medical bills than those who are not obese. This is a serious problem, a serious problem. And so if you moved from one country to the United States, and the CDC is estimating that we have about 36% of the population of the United States being obese, then you have to watch out when you abandon your diet for the American diet. It's just the numbers are speaking for themselves. So I want you to be aware of that, that what people eat in this country has cost 36.5% of the population to suffer from obesity. And why are we concerned about obesity? According to the Mayo Clinic, obesity is a disorder and will increase your risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and diabetes. In other words, your quality of life will be compromised and the length of your days cut short. This implies that how successful you are will be negatively or positively impacted if you are obese. And obesity is what? Weight gain, right? So we'll go back to the equation. Weight gain equals calories eaten minus calories used. You might be coming from a country where you had no car, and most of the places you went to, you had to walk on foot. You were not used to the sedentary lifestyle that you are involved in right now. And under those circumstances, when you ate, you were able to burn up those calories by the physical activities that you were involved in. I remember when I went to middle school, it was very far from my village, maybe 30 miles or so. We had to carry our our school supplies and trek for 8 hours to go to school. When the semester started, there were no vehicles, so we moved around all the time. So most of what you ate, you were able to use it up. And that is why you start gaining weight. You know how much weight you've put on since you moved into the country. For those of you who have lived here long enough, you know what you are eating. Ice creams and the meats and the cookies and the white bread and the fats and all that, all what you consume. Things that when you were growing up were very expensive. Now they are very accessible. You have the money to buy and eat most of the junk that is sold here in the name of food. Weight gain is calories eaten minus calories that you are using. And calories differ. Some foods are high calorie dense food, like meat and chicken. Doesn't matter if it's white meat or not. All meat is calorie dense. That's why when you eat, you don't feel as if eating you have to eat more. You are stuck with those calories because you don't exercise enough or move around enough to use up what you're putting into your body. And the result is your body thinks that, oh, you're going to starve because you're supplying a lot of calories to eat, and the body start depositing fat, hoping that lean times are coming for you to use up that energy reserve that you are storing. Unfortunately, the lean times never come because most of us, we drive cars, we're working, we're very busy, and there's no time for us to exercise. And that is why those of you who had a plant-based diet, I remember when I was a kid, I went to a boarding school and they gave us meat like this twice a week, little piece of meat like this, twice a week. Just a little slice of meat. And most of what we ate was beans and vegetables. But now in the United States, you can order a piece of steak and eat a pound of meat or even 2 pounds of meat in one sitting if you want, or a whole chicken. When we were kids, a family of 12, they will kill one chicken for the whole family, which meant that you end up, if they give you a chicken wing, one chicken wing. The drumstick usually went to the head of the family. They'll give you one chicken wing. You'll be very happy. And never ate chicken on a weekly basis. Special occasions that we eat chicken. Right now, you can eat chicken 24/7 in the United States. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? The diet rich in protein, rich in animal products is what the royalty ate in the past, and they were prone to gout, to diabetes, and all the diseases that are associated with being obese. Now you are eating that diet. You need to watch out. I will never forget the advice my uncle gave me before I came to the United States. And I'm giving you that advice. I've been here for almost 20 years. If you look at me, I don't look like this because it's an accident. It's been intentional. I've been watching what I eat. I make sure I limit the amount of animal products that I eat. I exercise regularly. We're going to be talking about drinking tomorrow. Now, let's focus on food. Highly processed food in the country. Lots of animal products. And some of the foods are even genetically modified. Don't abandon your diet without thinking about it. Don't fall for the fast food trap. My uncle warned me, American food is addictive. That's what he told me. I was still in Africa. American food is addictive. When you go there, watch out. I took that advice to heart. And when I came here day one, I was very careful, and I'm still very careful what I eat. Yeah. Some of us think it's cool to order pizza every other day. It's cool to eat out, not prepare our own meals. No wonder you're looking the way you're looking. What you eat is going to end up in your body one way or the other. When you eat, where do you think it's going? And that's why you need to watch what you put in your body. Each time you sit before food, you are eating life or death. You need to watch carefully what goes into your mouth. You need to ask yourself, what I'm eating, what is it going to do to what is this going to do to my dreams? What is it going to do to my future? Don't eat yourself to death. Don't. There's more to life than food. You are setting yourself up to succeed or fail when you sit down and you eat. Therefore, you have to choose what you eat carefully and watch your quantity of food you eat as well. Watch the quantity. It's easy to pile on calories, especially when you are eating animal-based products or animal-based food. With vegetables, you have raw fish. And those foods are a little less on the calorie side, and they're healthier and better for you. If you're not careful with what you eat and the quantity of food that you eat, you are going to be slowly digging your own grave with your teeth. You'll be slowly digging your grave with your teeth. This is serious. Most of those that are impacted by COVID-19 are people with pre-existing conditions, obesity, with all its numerous diseases that are associated with it, high blood pressure, diabetes, you name it. You don't want to compromise health because you are not eating right. There is a strong temptation to reward yourself with food. Please resist this temptation by ensuring that you eat to live and not live to eat. Food is pleasurable. Meat, chicken, barbecue, pizzas. Food is pleasurable. But you need to understand that you eat to live and not live to eat. That is why you need to show constraint. You need to select your food choices carefully. Never forget that everything that goes through your mouth will end up in your belly, and your body must deal with it. Every bite, every single bite that goes through your mouth is going to go into your belly, and your body has to deal with it. And that is why you shouldn't put just anything in your body. It's very important. You need to think about it. Why are you eating the way you are eating? Why are you eating what you are eating? Are you just eating because you are hungry? Are you eating just because of your taste buds? Are you eating because it's pleasurable? Think about what brought you to this country. Think about it. Don't compromise. Don't compromise your why with food. Don't do it. Don't do it. Some of us are already over and obese, and we are struggling with that weight. We don't know what to do. Help is available. Let's have that conversation. I've given you the number. I've given you the email. Don't suffer and die in silence. Help is available. You can turn things around. Your body is not a junkyard, so avoid putting junk into it. Your body is not a junkyard. Some of us take care of our cars more than our bodies. We always put in that premium gasoline because the manufacturer prescribed that we put in premium gasoline in our cars. We respect that. But when it comes to our bodies, the most important asset that we have, the only vehicle that is going to drive us to our dreams, we trash it. We put in junk in the body. We don't care about what we eat. We just allow our taste buds alone to lead us. You are making a terrible mistake. Don't put junk in your body. Don't put fast food in your body. Food was designed to heal our bodies, and not make us sick and eventually kill us. And that is to think about eating live food. If food has been made to a point where you put it out, it does not even catch mold. You put it out, an insect will not even eat it. Why are you putting such dead food in your own body? Just because something is put in a carton and there are beautiful pictures on the carton doesn't mean that you should eat it. When was the last time you read a book on what to eat? When was the last time you listened on a good program on the food that goes into your body? Just because they sell it on the shelves in the grocery doesn't mean that you should buy it. Educate yourself about what you eat because your life depends on it. Do not dump your diet so easily and adopt some of the bad eating habits that we have that have led to 36.5% of the population in the United States being based. Don't dump your diet for the bad diet. Some of us complain that eating organic food is expensive. Eating the type of foods that we ate before coming to this country is expensive. Try spending more money on treating yourself and being on medication for high blood pressure, medication for diabetes, and all the side effects and the implication. And you realize that it's cheaper to eat whole foods. We ate cassava, we ate plantains, we ate cocoyams, we ate bananas growing up, and lots of vegetables, less meat and fish. And now we've switched over into fast foods. Oh, you tell me, oh, it's the American way. Of course, if you go the American way, you also have the American diseases, the high blood pressure, the diabetes, and the obesity, and the heart attacks. Because it's going to end up clogging your arteries. You didn't come this far to eat food and die. There is more. And I want you to wake up. Wake up. Go back to your diet. You're so busy you don't have time to prepare food for it to nourish your body. That is a grave mistake. There's no excuse. Slow down. Slow down. If you don't, the body will slow you eventually. I mean, some of us are so overweight right now. We've already slowed down because we can't pick up ourselves and walk as fast as we want. The sedentary lifestyle is killing us. And remember, you don't need to be fat to gain respect. You don't need to put on weight to gain respect. You don't need to put on weight to show that you are doing well. You don't need to. To show that you are doing well, you have to be in good health. Know your numbers. You have to know your body mass index. You need to do your health evaluation. Be sure that you are having the right numbers. If you've gone for your annual checkup and the doctors have told you, oh, you need to watch your weight, please, you need to do that. This is a reminder. Do something about it. Help is available. Let's have that conversation. Reach out to me. There is no substitute for making your own meals and controlling the type of food and quantity of food you eat if you want to be healthy and strong. Giving an excuse that you're busy, that doesn't count. You're busy, so what? You want to be sick and broke? Nobody forced you to be doing what you're doing right now. Nobody forced you. You have to take charge. And without good health, you are not going to go far. You will drop dead. You're compromising everything you want by compromising your health. You need to watch what you eat. Weight gain equals calories eaten minus calories used. I'm not saying I should be counting calories. What I'm just saying is that avoid the processed foods, Avoid the sugary foods. Avoid them like a plague. Don't put them in your mouth. Run away from them. There are alternatives. Get educated about food. Food fuels your body. Food goes into your body. You need to think about it before you eat. It's important. You don't educate yourself. The fast food industry is not having your best interest at heart. A lot of research being done to figure out how to manipulate your taste buds. You need to be thinking about that. Stay away from animal products as much as you can. Make your own food. Create time to nourish your body. It's good to prepare meals at home. Saves you money, makes you healthy, strong, so that you can achieve your goals, so that you can pursue the why that brought you in this country in the first place. You must discipline yourself, put yourself under subjection. I like the Proverbs that says, when the rich man invites you to eat, you should put a knife in your throat. Yeah, America has abundance, a lot of meat, a lot of whatever you can imagine, ice cream, you name it. But it doesn't mean that you should eat without thinking. Your health depends on what you eat. Thank you for watching. You've been listening to Dr. Eric Tangumonkan with IEM Approach, where we inspire, equip, and motivate people to discover God's great potential in them, develop that potential, and deploy it. Until next time, God bless you. Stay tuned. Share this. If you have questions, address them to me, and let's keep this conversation going. Thank you very much.